What's going on, guys? Back with another video. Decided to switch some things up this time, doing a voiceover on one of my lifting sessions. I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what I do and just explain some of the protocols that I've been following for the past few months. Also in the video, we have Kenny and Nina going over some of the stuff that I've been having them work on as well. Their program's a little different than mine, so I'll break that down as well. So I'm going to start off with what I've been doing with myself, which is the conjugate method, right? A West Side barbell style conjugate method. So the conjugate method pretty much combines a max effort day and a dynamic effort day. Max effort day, you're just looking to get a PR, get a max on an exercise that complements the main lift. So if it's a max effort day for the lower body, we're going to look to do some type of variation of the squat, which could be different types of box squats, right? Having the box at different heights, spreading your feet apart at different widths, using different bars. There's a bunch of ways to switch it up. Also, on the lower body day, we're doing variations of the deadlift too. So it's usually going to be some type of Romanian deadlift, the stiff leg deadlift, rack pulls at different heights. There's a bunch of ways to add variety to this, but the main thing we're looking to do is set a new record every week, right? Get a PR on one of these lifts every week, right? And that way we know as the records for these lifts start going up, we can be confident that we're going to be able to lift heavier in our main lift, right? In the regular squat and the regular deadlift. In this session, I decided to go with a low box squat. This is lower than I usually do. Regular stand, I was able to work up to 380 pounds of bar weight, and about 80 to 90 pounds of band tension at the top. I don't know the exact weight of those bands, but last time I measured it, it was around that. So I'm thinking it's probably 460 to 470 total weight at the top of the lift. So that's definitely a PR for me. Felt really good with this lift. I was moving pretty fast up until I got to that main lift, but I felt pretty good today. Now, after the main lift, you get into all of your supplementary work, right? So if I'm working on a lower day, I'm looking to work on weaknesses. Now, most of the time, that's going to be working on your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back, your abs. These are the main muscles you're going to want to focus on. Not just for lifting weights, but if you're an athlete, these are the muscles that are going to improve your performance the most, right? On this day, I went with the sumo deadlift. This isn't a lift that I do very often, but being that I usually deadlift conventional, I wanted to add these just to sort of work those muscles that I don't usually do in my normal stance. I also had Kenny work these. You'll see these later on in the video. Okay, so right here is where I get into my main lift for the day, right? So this is the 380 pounds of bar weight along with that gray band. You see it's a little bit of a fight, but I kept going. It was slow, but it was moving the whole time. So again, I felt real good with this lift here. Now we start getting into Nina and Kenny's lift. This one right here is Nina's last warm-up set of 135. Today she worked up to 160, right? Just starting out. And with Nina and Kenny, since they're just starting out, I'm having them follow basic linear progression, right? The same thing I would do with anybody who's new to lifting weights, using the barbell. Since they're novices, they're going to be able to add weight every session, right? So we're looking to add 5 or 10 pounds, with the main focus being on their technique, right? This is where it's really important for them to get the form correct. So I'm not stressing weight too much, right? If I notice their form starts breaking down, I'll keep them at the same weight for more than a week, right? Just so we can dial it in, and then we'll start to keep progressing after that. So now we're going to start getting into Kenny's lifts. He was able to hit 255 today. And what's interesting about that is last week he couldn't even get this for one. And this week he did a pretty clean set of 5. So we're pretty happy with that. And next week we'll probably go up to 260 for another 3 sets of 5. Just like I mentioned before, when you're in those early stages of your lifting, it's a lot easier to make gains, right? Your body's gonna adapt a lot quicker than if you're seasoned and been doing it for a long time, right? So that's what we're doing, steadily going up, adding weight, making sure his technique is getting better as well. Now we're getting into the deadlift, right? This is Nina's top set here. I have her going conventional just to build her up here. As she keeps advancing, we'll start adding more variations. Little hitch on these last 2 reps here, but overall good set, right? I liked it. We might take a week, stay at the same weight or even lower the weight and just work on that technique, but overall good set. Now Kenny and I get into our sumo deadlifts here. Like I said, I just wanted to add these to the mix, practice something that I don't really do. This is also something new for Kenny as well. He worked up to 225. I worked up to 325 for a couple sets of 6. And after the sumo deadlifts, we did a couple pull-throughs, something I added maybe a month or 2 ago. They've been a great addition. They're a great way to target those muscles that I mentioned earlier, the glutes, hamstrings, low back, right? So definitely try these out. Put these in your routine. You'll see some results. After the pull-throughs, we finished off with some standing abs, right? Standing abs are a good variation to do, especially if you're in sports where you're on your feet, right? We do MMA, jiu-jitsu. A lot of the things we do start on the feet, wrestling, the striking. So it's a good idea to do some of your ab movements standing up. And that was pretty much it for today. So if you liked the video, please like, please subscribe. And if you like this style of video, the voiceover, the workouts, please let me know in the comments and do more just like this. Thank you guys. See you on the next one.